Breaking news from the 7 Action Newsroom.
We begin with breaking news tonight. A large group of protesters on the move right now in Ferguson, Missouri. For the most part, it appears to be peaceful, but you can feel the tension 24 hours after the violence exploded over a grand jury's decision in a racially charged police shooting. We'll take you there in a moment.
But protesters are also taking to the streets of Detroit tonight, at times blocking traffic to stand with the people of Ferguson. We have Team 7 coverage tonight. We'll hear from Jeff Vaughn in just a moment.
Well, let's begin with 7 Action News reporter Tara Edwards live on the east side, where police detained some of the protesters here tonight. Tara?
Well, Stephen and Carolyn, protesters have been gathering outside the 9th precinct here. They are upset about more than 6 protesters that have been detained. They've just been detained right now. And as you can see, there's just a handful of them out here now. But much earlier today, there was a larger crowd. Now here's a look at what happened within the hour when they were demanding they be released.
Let our people go! Let our people go! Let our people go! Let our people go!
Your people will be taken to the Detroit Detention Center. The Detroit Detention Center. They are not here.
Bring them back! Bring them back! Bring them back!
You'll be allowed to bond them out sometime tonight or tomorrow. You will be allowed to bond them out. They are not locked up forever.
Bring them back! 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 Bring them back!
That's why we're not throwing things at these officers. We're not trying to belittle them because we know they probably are good guys. They haven't done anything too much so far to bother us. So we're not here. I just told them we're not here in opposition to them. We're here to build a rapport. We're here to build a rapport among each other and just get awake to what's going on out here.
And for the most part, the protests have been peaceful tonight, though they did cover a large part of the city tonight. With signs, some even holding hands, more than 100 people walked down onto I-75 tonight near Mack, sending a message they were not happy with Monday's decision to not charge Officer Darren Wilson in the shooting death of 18-year-old Michael Brown. They were soon after directed off the highway by police, but the march was far from over for the group. Here you see them walking down Grand River, heading toward the lodge. Officers on horses and dozens by cars lined the protesters as they marched on. DPD tells me they were monitoring them as they walked into the streets, chanting for justice. Officers say they were making sure the group had safe passage throughout their demonstration. They started today around 5 p.m. at Hart Plaza and have been going strong throughout the night into Greektown, Campus Martius, eventually onto I-94 and Gratiot and beyond, hoping their voices are heard loud and clear.
And it has to stop. The police have to be accountable. They are not.
We are galvanizing people across the nation. Young people across the nation are tired and are doing something, and that is going to be the change. We're not going to sit back and say, okay, we're going to wait until the next Mike Brown happens. We're going to keep pushing and keep pushing.
And the crowd tells me they're not sure how long they will be out here tonight, but they did say they will be out here protesting tomorrow and the day after that and the day after that. Live on Detroit's east side, Tara Edwards, 7 Action News. Carolyn, Stephen.
All right, Tara, thank you for that live report tonight.
Team 7 coverage continues now with 7 Action News reporter Jeff Vaughn. He's right along I-94 where protesters once again stepped right onto a major freeway. Jeff?
Yeah, Carolyn, good evening. It's hard to believe that anybody would risk their lives and protest or march rather on a very busy highway, but that's exactly what happened here at I-94. We are I-94 and Harper in the east side of the city. Now take a look at the traffic camera. It came down earlier today. This is what happened. There's about 100 protesters that took to the streets of I-94. DPD and Michigan State Police troopers, well, to their credit, they were able to get these protesters holding signs and chanting "No justice, no peace" in reference to the Ferguson decision back onto Gratiot. Those protesters then walked along Gratiot Avenue east up to the 9th precinct. At one point in time, those protesters decided to take up all 4 lanes of Gratiot, and here's what happened.
This is your last warning. Move to the right lane or you will be arrested. If you do not comply, you will be arrested. This is your final warning.
Now, I was able to confirm tonight that these protesters are with the group BAM, by any means necessary. I talked with a protester earlier today. Do they have any plans on protesting like this, maybe highway blockages tomorrow, the next day? And they say anything is possible. We're live on the east side. Jeff Vaughn, 7 Action News.